nag-read na.
Oo.
Hello everyone, I'm writer Coach Tony. Welcome back. It's December 27, 2021 and I'm making this video on my top 10 okay lang. On my top 10 OPM songs for the year 2021. So, sorry for that bit of an earthquake. My brother just passed by, and since we live in a very, very cramped space, yun. So let's practice first if my music works, because I'm not sure if it works. Okay, so you know very well we can only play up to 3 seconds, I think, in music. More than that is not allowed anymore, so you can only play snippets. So this is my first music video, first top 10 countdown video. I'm just using it as a test, no? If it will pass YouTube, because I've been meaning to do top 10 countdowns ever since. It's just that YouTube's very, very, very strict copyright rules forbid it. Anyway, better to try it than not knowing at all, no? So here are my top 10 favorite songs, OPM songs for the year 2021. So OPM means Original Filipino Music. So all of these songs are sung and written, have been written by Filipino singers, no? They don't have to be based in the Philippines, and they don't have to be in the Filipino language, and they don't have to be in Filipino, no? Because these past few years I have included songs which are written in the what they call dialects, but in reality they are not dialects. Cebuano is not a dialect. Cebuano is a language. I think, anyway, you know, white people just say it's a dialect to show their superiority, but our languages are not dialects, they are actual languages. So anyway, don't listen to what white people always have to say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in my countdown this year, it's male dominated. One of the rare times it's male dominated. 7 of the songs come from male acts. Only 3 are from women. One of them was a former woman, but now since he identifies himself as a man, he becomes the 7th male act. You'll find out later. So anyway, let's begin the countdown. Okay, in the Philippines, it's very common for an actress or an actor to also sing, no? Same in Hollywood, no? In Hollywood, there's a very long list of A-list Hollywood actors who have actual top 10 songs, no? Like Bruce Willis. We'll have that later. I think I'll make a video of that later, no? Patrick Swayze, Barbara Streisand. Who else? So these people who are A-list Hollywood actors actually have top 10 songs also in America. So anyway, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. So anyway, we also have that in the Philippines, and for the first entry, her name is Maymay Entrata, and I think in the middle of this year she released this song called Di Kawalan. Okay, stop there. I'll go somewhere in the middle. This is the introduction of the song. So okay. What I like about the song is the chorus part, no? And finally, last listen to this song. Okay, so that is Di Kawalan by Maymay Entrata. It comes in at number 10, and she's one of the 3 female OPM acts who are in my top 10 this year. Well, I should speak Tagalog pala, but the reason I'm speaking in English is so that I can also introduce the music to wider to a wider audience, no? Because I do listen to foreign music, no? I do listen to Indonesian music, French, German, um, Swedish. So, you know, um, it would help if the person talking also was also speaking English. So anyway, let's go to number 9. Okay, number 9 is a rapper. Last year was a big year for rap. I think three or four of the top 10 songs were from rap acts. This year, I think he's the only one who reached the top 10. No, his name is Kusta Klee, and he's with Yurido. And I think this is one of the highest ranked dance songs for this year. It's one of my favorite dance songs, OPM dance songs for 2021. Let's give a listen to this. Okay, stop there. Let's go somewhere in the middle. Yeah, so did you hear that? That's Dance With You by Kusta Klee. It comes at number 9 this year. Let's hear one more for this year, for 2021. Let's listen again. One more. Okay, so that's Dance With You from Kusta Klee. Okay, I think I'll put up my speaker because my speaker is down here. Sorry. Okay, I hope if I put it higher, it will be nearer the camera. What do you think? Okay, so number 10 we have Maymay and Trata with Di Kawalan. Number 9 we have Kusta Klee with Dance With You. So at number 8, we come to the 7th male artist, no? This is the 6th male artist, this is Kusta Klee. The 7th male artist is a person who was once a woman, no? Who identified herself. So many of us in the Philippines grew up admiring her incredible talent, to the point that the Oprah Winfrey became one of her biggest fans, and I think she's the only Filipino based here in the Philippines to have a top 10 hit when she was still called Charisse. She was also in the famous Glee TV show in the US. She played. I think she had one episode there, so she was really big time during her time. Then she decides to be true to herself, no, and become a man. So now she identifies herself as a man. I don't really know. I haven't read anything much about her transformation, but what I know is what I see in the things she posts in social media. Because now she posts himself as topless. Because for guys it's okay not to see your body. But when she was Charisse, I don't think it would be a good idea. But now she is known as Jake Zyrus, so we'll call him Jake Zyrus. He's been producing songs for the past, I think, 5 years now, but it's only this year that one of his songs clicked with me. No, it was a slow burn song, but the more I listened to it, the more I began to like his music. I don't know lang if that music will be liked by, because Filipinos love songs. We love what's it called that, songs which the songs Charisse can do, no, she can beat it kasi she can beat it. Beat it means to hold a high note for a long time, no? like what Mariah Carey does, like what Whitney Houston does. So they have this no. So if you can do that, you'll become famous in the Philippines. However, since now Charisse is Jake Zyrus, she has to appeal to a more organic base of fans who could identify with her music. And I'm slowly identifying with her music because she has a beautiful song called Fix Me, which went to number 1. It became her first number 1. Sorry, Jake. His first number 1 in my top. I don't think even Charisse had a top 10 song in my list, in my OPM list. But Jake breaks that, he finally enters my OPM Top 10 countdown with Fix Me. Let's listen to it. So that's the short introduction. It's actually a rock song, no? Okay, that's towards the chorus. Yeah, in a way, it still sounds like there's a. You can't be sure if it's a guy or a girl, but yeah. So I don't know how her voice is really how his voice is really transformed. Okay, so that's the title track, "Fix Me," which is eerily telling something about what he's going through. I haven't seen any interviews though about how his song is being related to his real life, but if you just base it on what the song says, I think you can infer a lot of information from that. So that was number 8, Fix Me, Jake Zyrus. So let's recap. Number 10, My Entrata, Di Kawalan. Number 9, Skustakli with Dance With You. Number 8, Fix Me by Jake Zyrus. So we have 2 men to 1 woman. Now we go to another female act, no? So two girls, 2 boys now. So just like in South Korea, we also have these girl groups which sound very K-pop, no? I guess it's a trend now in many Asian countries to have groups of girls and boys sound like K-pop, although we call it P-pop in the Philippines. P for Filipino pop, P for Philippine pop. So BINI is one of them, and earlier this year they released this classic song which was composed and written by I think it's already a national artist. I could be mistaken, but I think it's already a national artist. His name is Ryan Cayabyab, and he wrote this very beautiful classic song called The Coconut Nut, and it has been done many times, many versions, many funny, many folk, many pa-cute, no? There's a pa-cute version, but it's made into dance, no? So and I loved it. That's why it went to number 1 in my Fabe OPM Top 10 countdown earlier this year. It ends up at number 7 this year for the year 2021. Let's give a listen to The Coconut Nut by BINI.
Hey boy!
Yeah, so that's such a cute entrance. Normally, I don't go for girl groups, but this one's really fun to listen to.
For the family, all you need is to find a coconut man.
Yes, so that's the middle part of The Coconut Nut, and finally towards the end. Okay, so I like the arrangement. No? It's whoever did the arrangement of the song stuck to the essence of the original, but gave it the BINI flavor. So whoever is handling the music of BINI, just continue. I'm sure they're very popular in the Philippines already, but I hope they do transcend international borders, because I think that's if K-pop groups like Blackpink can do it, then why not our own? So let's move up. So number 10, My Entrata, Di Kawalan. Number 9, Dance With You, Skustakli. Number 8, Fix Me by Jake Zyrus. And number 7, The Coconut Nut by BINI. Then we go to a new act. One of the nominees this year for favorite new artist. It's from, I think it's a group or I didn't really check their bio yet, but they sound like a group called Just Hush. And they speak in a dialect. I think it's Ilonggo. I could be wrong, no? I don't know what Masiram is. So if anyone's watching this and it's a word in your dialect, please teach me and enlighten me on what Masiram is. But based on what I infer from listening to the song, it means masarap. It's about a guy or a bunch of guys who tell other guys not to marry a girl for her beauty, but to marry someone who can cook well. No? So that supports the cliche, the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So this song epitomizes that theme. Let's listen to Just Hush with Masiram. That's the introduction. The song went to number 1 earlier this year. It's their very first number 1 as well. Okay, so if you listen to the vocals of the song, they sound like Boys to Men. No? They have a kind of Boys to Men vocalization going on. Of course, applying the Pinoy flavor to it, which makes it sound really good. So that's Masiram from Just Hush. It ends up at number 6 for my OPM top 100 countdown for 2021. Okay, now let's go to the top 5. So before we go to the top 5, let's recap again. So there's a bunch of new artists this year. Maymay Entrata is not a new artist. She was here I think last year. But this year she ends up with Di Kawalan at number 10. Hustakli is also not a new artist. I think he hit my countdown last year as well. But this year he ends up at number 9 with Dance With You. Jake Zyrus, definitely not a new artist. He was formerly known as Charisse. But as Charisse, she never charted. But now as Jake Zyrus, he finally charts and ends up at number 8 in my year-end countdown. And then the last two are the new artists, Beanie at number 7 and Just Hush at number 6 for Masiram. Beanie has the coconut nut. So at number 5 is a veteran artist. She charted first as a group, but I don't know if MYMP has a Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Writer Coach Tony, and once again I'm continuing my video on my top 10 favorite OPM songs for the year 2021. So I ended up at I think number 5, no? So we'll go back to number 5. Just to recap, I was doing the top 10 OPM songs for the year 2021, and at number 10 was Maymay Entrata, Di Kawalan, and then number 9 was Dance With You by Hustakli. Number 8 is Fix Me by Jake Zyrus. Number 7 was The Coconut Nut by Beanie. Number 6 is Masiram by Just Hush. And so now we go to our top 5. So in the top 5, we start with a singer who actually has topped, I think, this year-end countdown about 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. She has had several number 1 songs in my OPM Top 10 countdown. And there was a year where she released, I think, an album which produced 3 or 4 number 1 songs for that calendar year. I forgot already what songs, but she specializes in Unrequited Love. And she's also from Davao. She's from Davao, no? So she's Bisaya. And I've seen her live. She's very good. Her name is Juris. And this year she comes in at number 5 in the year-end countdown with a song called Ika'y Babalik Pa Ba. So that's the start of the song. And then yeah, so Ika'y Babalik Pa Ba actually means, are you coming back to me? in English. So based on the title alone, you'll have an idea what the song is all about. Let's see what's in it. Yeah, so that's where Jury specializes, no, in those sad songs about love that doesn't really push through. She's made a great career out of it, and I'm a big fan because of it. I'm a big fan of hers because of it. So she ends up number 5 for the year 2021. Ika'y Babalik Pa Ba. Number 4 is a not really a newcomer, but I think he hit the top 10 in my countdown last year. But this year he goes bigger. He reaches number 4, no, with Kulang Ang Mundo. The singer's name is Sam Mangubat. That's the introduction of the song. And then so the song boasts of great vocals from Sam. He really reaches the high notes here, and his voice really captures the essence of the song, which is, I think, the guy feels that he hasn't given the girl much, no? So that's why it's Kulang Ang Mundo. So he wants to build an alternate universe where he could give the girl everything she wants. Yeah, so there's snippets of the song Kulang Ang Mundo by Sam Mangubat. Unfortunately, we cannot play the whole song because of YouTube's very strict copyright terms. This is number 3. Number 3 comes from Cebu, and historically, I think 1 or 2 Visayan songs have topped my countdown. Lately, I think a few years ago, someone, when in the rush of this pop, many Visayan songs ended up in the top 100. But this year, only 4 reached the top 100. And but they come at number 3 this year because of a singer-songwriter's name is Ferdinand Aragon, and his song is Nagabarog. The Bisaya is not very good, but anyway, Bisaya is good, but Barog, I think, means to stand, no? So I don't know what Nagabarog stand means. It means maybe to be able to withstand something. Is that correct? But anyway, the song is very beautiful, no? So let's listen to it. So Ferdinand has a very nice voice, perfect for folk rock, and so his song Nagabarog ends at number 3 for 2021. So very near the top, no? Let's listen to it one more time. Yeah, so this year, this pop is represented by Ferdinand Aragon, who also happens to be one of the kings, if I'm not mistaken, of Spain in a long time ago, no? Centuries ago. Number 2 is one of the rare times. Actually, as the countdown has progressed, it's becoming rare and rare for a song to be written in the English language to top the local charts. So the Filipino language plus the Visayan plus the Ilonggo and other languages in the Philippines have made inroads into the top of my OPM top 10 countdown. So when before in the 80s, 90s, many of my number 1 songs would be Filipino songs written in English. Towards the 2020s, 2010s, most of the songs that I prefer are written in Filipino. So there's only one song this year written in English, which ends up at number 2, almost number 1, but it ends up at number 2. It comes from a band which has been producing this beautiful kind of acoustic pop brand of music for years. So finally this year they score big in my Fabe OPM Top 10 Countdown, and it's This is the song, no? It's Unfamiliar. And that's the entrance of the song.
Doesn't matter just as long as
Yeah. So the vocals are beautiful, the lyrics are beautiful. Yeah, so that's Unfamiliar by December Avenue. This is going to be their year. They're nominated in many categories in my OPM Awards, and I will reveal that to you soon this week. So let's go to the number one song, my OPM number one this year. When the song was released in December last year, it was a theme song for a Nora Honor movie. So it did not win the MMFF award, but it was my favorite among all the nominees. So it comes from a guy who has done theater, but I haven't seen him yet in local theater. But anyway, he's a very good singer, and incidentally, it's his first number one song in my OPM countdown. It also becomes his first year-end number one. It's from Gerald Santos. It's Hanggang sa Muli. Actually, the song has an 80s vibe, no? Since the movie starred by Philip Salvador and Nora Honor, I think the producers opted for a song with a bit of an 80s vibe. That's why I can relate to it.
hihingi ng tao.
Okay.
Hanggang wakas.
Yeah, so that's Hanggang sa Muli by Gerald Santos. It's my number one OPM song for the year 2021. So you may be asking, how do I base what do I base my number one songs on? It's just personal taste, darling. So, you know, I like the song more than this. Does it change throughout the years? Maybe some songs age well, some songs don't. So only time will tell if I will still love this song 10 years from now. But anyway, just a recap, my top 10 OPM songs for 2021 are: number 10, My Entrata with Di Kawalan. Number 9 was Kustakli with Dance with You. Number 8 was Jake Zyrus with Fix Me. Number 7, Coconut Nut by B. Number 6, Just Hush by Masiram by Just Hush. Number 5 is Juris with Kay Babalik Pa Ba. Number 4, Sam Mangubat, Kulang Ang Mundo. Number 3, Ferdinand Aragon, the only beside song in the top 10 this year, in the year-end top 10 this year with Nagabarok. Number 2, the only English language song in the top 10 this year, in the year-end top 10. So that's December Avenue with Unfamiliar. And the number one song comes from a movie. So there are years that the number one song comes from a movie or a play. I think the last one that happened was when Care Divas went to number one at the year end, no? So that naman came from a play. So sometimes it happens that they come from a play, TV series, or movie. So this year it comes from the movie Isa Pang Bhaghari, which was released in the MMFF last year. It starred Nora Honor and Philip Salvador. And this year the theme song of that song, which did not win the award though for best song last year, is Gerald Santos. Is Hanggang sa Muli. So that wraps it up. I'll come back later for the OPM Top 10 for this week. Okay, bye everyone.